Welcome to today's Forte MBA Spotlight. We are really excited to have the Carlson School at the University of Minnesota with us today, and looking forward to hearing the presentation. But before I introduce our speaker for today, I'd like to do a quick introduction of Forte for anybody listening in who may not already be familiar with the Forte Foundation. Forte is a nonprofit organization that's been around since 2001, and our mission is to support women in business careers and particularly help prepare them, support them, and launch them into leadership careers in business by giving access to education opportunities, career opportunities, and an amazing network of successful women. Forte, since 2001, has grown to 100,000 members. We have more than 120 sponsors and partners who provide support to our organization and allow us to deliver resources to women at a reduced cost, or in many cases free, like today's webinar. I mentioned the support that our sponsors provide. One great example is our business school sponsors, like the Carlson School, provide scholarships for women called the Forte Fellowship, and they have made a huge commitment over many years, supporting thousands of women with well over $140 million in scholarships to help them pursue their MBA degrees. I mentioned our business school sponsors. We actually have 52 sponsors that are located in the U.S., Canada, and Europe. The Carlson School has been a long-term sponsor of Forte, and we're thrilled to have this presentation of their program for you today. And on the company side, we have about 50 corporate and nonprofit sponsors. Each of these organizations is really interested in recruiting women into their organization and also supporting the women that are working there now. So again, we thank all of these sponsors for their support. This webinar today is part of a live and virtual webinar series that you can explore on the Forte website. You'll find lots of webinars available on demand, as well as an upcoming live series of webinars. These cover providing insights from women who have completed their MBA degree, who share their career path and their knowledge. You'll also have lots of opportunities to learn how to craft a terrific application for business school. And many people listening in, I think about the ROI, or the value, and how to make the numbers work in terms of financing. You'll have lots of options, and we hope you'll take advantage of some of the other webinars you can find through Forte. And with that, I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Amber Bundy Davis. Amber is Associate Director of Admissions, Recruiting, and Diversity at the Carlson School of Management. And Amber is our primary contact at the school for Forte, and we're thrilled that you could be here today, Amber.
Thank you so much, Lori. I am so glad to be here as well. I love our partnership with Forte and love the women that come through the Forte program and love experiencing all that Forte has to offer. So thank you for having me. As Lori said, my name is Amber Bundy Davis, and I am an Associate Director of Admissions at the Carlson School of Management, specifically focusing on our diversity initiative and diversity outreach and recruitment with our programs. I work with prospective MBA students, and today I hope to talk to you all about our full-time MBA program, and just giving a caveat that we do have several other programs offered at the Carlson School of Management, a part-time program, an online executive MBA program, as well as specialty masters in business analytics and finance. And I'm hoping to give you all as much information as possible and letting you all know that I am the primary contact for the Forte Foundation at the Carlson School of Management. So if you're looking for more information or would like to go into more details on any of our programs, feel free to contact me and I can share my information at the end. So diving right in here, the Carlson School of Management The Carlson School of Management offers a transformational experience that recognizes each student's individual backgrounds and engages students in this tight-knit community through a one-of-a-kind experiential learning program like no other business school that I've seen. And we take the opportunity to engage with all of our students and make sure that every student knows that they, one, can be what they choose to be, and applying their business knowledge, their experience here, the context and the experience that they bring to us before they even get here, that they can be whatever they set themselves out to be. And I know that sounds like, oh, this fairy tale dream, but we actually do believe in that. We believe in all of our students and all that our students have to offer. So we hope that you will be and know that you can be the high achiever that you already are. We also want students to believe that and know that they belong in the Carlson School community. One thing that we pride ourselves on is this exciting global community of peers and colleagues, so being able to belong in a part of the community. Our diversity and inclusion efforts help to champion that and make sure that everyone from different backgrounds, different parts of the world, different parts of the country, different worldviews, different genders, sexualities, ages, and differences can belong in a part of and be a part of our Carlson community here. And we also want you to become. I touched on this a little bit with being who you want to be and who you already are, but part of that is to be confident and to be that ethical leader that we know we want to give out into the community. So you come in with this amazing life story, this amazing wealth of knowledge that will only be curated and developed while you're here. You'll be part of a community, and then you'll be out set out into the world to be even better and even more inspirational once you get out into the workforce. And how do we do this? So the foundation of our full-time MBA experience is built on 4 pillars. Experiential learning through our enterprise program. So we give everyone the opportunity to really get their hands into the business world, working on real-life projects with real-life customers, being consultants to the real-world business field. We also want students to have a global experience. So our students come here and not only thrive and experience what Minnesota has to offer, but also what the global world and this world around us, this larger space that we live in, which is called the world and even the universe has to offer, really. We want all of our students to have that global experience, and so we make it a requirement for all students to engage in some form of global experience. We offer small class sizes. Our cohorts are typically between 90 and 100 students, and so you really get an opportunity to meet the people that you're in classes with and form relationships that you can take on as you leave. You are networking while you're here. You're able to help each other make connections and really create a Carlson community and a Carlson family in most cases. And then we have a unique community focus. So we want to focus on the community that is Minnesota. We want to focus on the community that is Carlson, and each student comes with their own community, and we understand that. And so we have several student groups that foster that community. We have students that bring their families to campus, that take their colleagues home to their families. Again, focusing on that idea of community, family, and being a part of something and belonging. What makes Carlson different? So no other business school is able to offer the experiential learning with the same breadth and depth as what is offered at the Carlson School of Management. All students starting in year 1 are required to participate in our enterprise programs. Students take on a real-world business challenge. For some, the most influential companies are here, and so some of them are taking on these opportunities to solve problems for them and take on projects for these larger companies that are central here to Minnesota. We offer 4 different types of enterprises. 3 are based on consulting models, so one being brands, which focuses on the full life cycle of marketing. So you're thinking about brands like marketing. What are you going to put out into the world, helping this company discover their brand and how do they market it to their customers. Then with consulting, this is where students engage in strategic and wide-ranging projects from supply chains to process improvement, and they go to market and they figure out the strategy and help these companies to create their strategy and put them into motion. Ventures is our opportunity for students to engage in projects that are more innovative and working with startups to work on internal ventures and opportunities to establish organizations. So if you're looking for that entrepreneurship piece or that startup focus, that's where you're going to find that in our ventures enterprise. And our fourth enterprise is funds. And funds is based on an investment model where our students are managing multi-million-dollar portfolios in either a growth or fixed income fund. Our funds students are currently managing over $36 million in total assets, making it one of the top 3 student management investment funds in the world. Beyond our enterprises, students can further their experiential learning opportunities in industries specific to their relevant projects. So we have something called MELI, which is the Medical Industry Leadership Institute, which houses our medical industry MBA. It offers an evaluation lab, and students are able to look into new medical device technologies and services that will influence the medical market. We also have the Gary Holmes Center for Entrepreneurship, that hosts the largest statewide entrepreneurship competition, which is called the Minnesota Cup. This is across the state go-to event for a lot of people. Our students are competing in that and gaining funding, and it's definitely a great way to fine-tune those skills that will be necessary as you go into the business world. So what also makes Carlson different is our global alumni network. Our students graduate from this global community and then go back into a global community. With over 50,000 alumni in 95 countries worldwide, we are a part of this large world that is the Carlson brand. Carlson students are recognized wherever they go. You would be so surprised and so inspired by the network of alumni that connect via LinkedIn, come back to host programs and mentor current students that are just in love with their Carlson experience so much that they feel like they have to. It's part of their calling, a part of their responsibility to give back to their current students. And so we definitely pride ourselves on our alumni engagement and our alumni network worldwide. So this slide focuses a little bit on the rankings. I know sometimes we see these things and we don't really know what they mean and they look great, but I will say that these are amazing and very impressive numbers for a business school. One thing I do want to focus on from this slide is that we are the #1 best state for women. Minnesota has so many amazing resources and opportunities for women, and this is kind of measured by the opportunities for women, the women-owned businesses that are here, the quality of health care for women, depression rates, life expectancy, and the quality of life and quality of living here. Myself as a woman, I relocated from California to Minnesota, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful state. It's an amazing place to raise children. There are amazing public schools. There's an amazing education system across the state. There are tons of opportunities in terms of the businesses that you can go into after you earn your MBA, as well as just entertainment, food, and culture here. We are #4 for overall placement for 90 days after among the top 50 business schools. So, and I'll speak a little bit more to this in a slide that's coming up soon, but our students not only come here and get a quality education, but they are recruited and they do find job placements, which is really important for students we know as you go into a business school environment and thinking about the investment that you're making and the return on your investment and how you're going to do after you come out of the program. So definitely have great results there. So as I mentioned, we have great job placements. As you can see, these are the leading companies that hired Carlson full-time MBA graduates. A lot of these companies are right here in our backyard. Minnesota has about 18 Fortune 500 companies located here right in our own backyard, and students that are coming to the University of Minnesota Carlson School of Management not only stay here, but they also find opportunities outside of the state. But we do want to highlight that once people come to Minnesota, it's hard to leave. There's so many opportunities. There's so many job opportunities for everyone who comes through our program. We have a 100% internship offer rate, and 96% of our students receive job offers within the 3 months after graduation. And this is a quick snapshot of how the Minnesota-St. Paul communities are continuously recognized as best communities for business, health, job opportunities, and the breadth of companies. Again, we enter this information so much because we stand by how amazing this place is, how great of an opportunity Minnesota provides to people that move here. So America's top state for business, America's top 20 healthiest cities. As you can see from the picture, we have the Twin Cities, so not only Minneapolis, where the Carlson School of Management is located, but we're also right next door to St. Paul. Again, hence the name, the Twin Cities. And if you haven't been to Minnesota, to the Twin Cities area, we highly encourage you to come out and visit our campus. We host several visit days and opportunities for you to come on campus to see how amazing this place is, and so that the numbers don't just speak for themselves, but you have that experience in seeing it firsthand. One thing also to highlight here is that we don't have one specific industry. We get the question a lot, what is your industry of focus in Minnesota? What's the industry that most people go into? And it actually is very, very diverse. It actually varies by students' interest, and Minnesota lends itself to that. We don't have one top industry. We have industries from tech to agriculture to food and safety to oil to startups. There's several different industries here that students focus on and can specialize through our program and use their MBAs to then pilot them into one of those fields once they graduate. All right, so talking a little bit about our application and how to apply and market yourself to the school. So our application has the following requirements. So we're looking for academic strength, professional strength, and then the overall fit and your match with the Carlson School. The application to the full-time MBA program at Carlson is quite straightforward, actually. A complete application consists of the online application form, one personal statement, professional resume or CV, 3 references, official transcripts from any post-secondary institution attended, and official GMAT or GRE scores. We accept both the GRE and or the GMAT. We don't discriminate against either of the tests. We accept both. So whichever one you take, go ahead and send us those test scores. We conduct interviews both on campus and via video conference. So if you are international or, can't get here for an interview, we do offer that opportunity for you to do a video via conference call or video conference. International applicants are required to submit their application in one of our first 3 rounds. And as you can see from the slide, our first 3 rounds are November 1st, December 1st, or February 1st, just because we want to make sure that there's time for the processing of the application and visa approvals. We do have one final round in April 1st, but that's solely for domestic applicants. And then one thing that we've instituted this year will be the video essay, giving people the opportunity to talk a little bit more around a guided question and giving us more insight into your life, into your experience, and your opportunity to answer a question, a set question. My advice to anyone that's applying for business school or to our program is to really tell us the context. Tell us who you are. Tell us about your academic strengths. Tell us about the, your professional strengths, the opportunities that you've had, some of your accomplishments. Really highlight those in your personal statement and somewhere on your application, because those are the only ways we're really going to get those things, other than your interview, of course. We want, in one of these different formats, your resume, your personal statement, or your interview, for you to really tell us Tell us who you are and how you can impact the community that's here and how we can shape you and what are you looking for through our program. Some people get a little nervous when it's come time to, fill out an application. Granted, it is a big decision and it is something that you're filling out and you're divulging pieces of your life, but I think of it as marketing yourself in the best way possible. So really take some time to really think about how you can highlight yourself the best on the application. And I think if you start to think about the things that make you shine and the ways that you can grow from the program, you'll do an excellent job on your application. All right. One thing that always is on everyone's mind is financing your MBA. So as mentioned, all admitted, actually I didn't mention this, I'm going to pause and mention it now. Our application actually doubles as our scholarship application. So all admitted applicants for the full-time MBA program are automatically considered for any eligible Carlson MBA scholarships. No additional application is required. All the materials that we need will be in that application that you're already filling out. We highly recommend that candidates do not rely on scholarships or scholarship opportunities to fund their MBA. Private and government student loans and personal resources are the most common ways which students fund their program. We highly recommend students do their research on different loan opportunities and loan programs as well as scholarships that are available. We just know that sometimes there are limited scholarship resources and scholarship dollars, so loans are, a way that makes various MBA programs or programs in general a little bit more realistic for people. Additionally, students can apply for graduate teaching assistantships or fellowships once they are in a program. So GAs or TAs, which are graduate assistants or teaching assistantships, positions are usually available once a student is admitted into a program. We don't recommend that students in the first year of their full-time program take on work responsibilities because you are navigating a quite rigorous core coursework and course load, and you are also trying to figure out a new system. So we want you to focus on your academics, so we don't encourage people to work their first year, but we do understand that, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but we do want to let people know that, to be realistic, that your coursework will take a lot of your time and will be like a full-time job as you're preparing for your journey after. So with that, I want to thank you all for listening to me and listening to this presentation. Again, the Carlson School of Management is a great place for you to get business foundation, for you to form a community, for you to discover where you want to be, and also get the resources and the community to get you there. I am available for questions if you want to reach out to me directly. I am the person who is the Forte Foundation's point of contact. I work on our diversity initiatives on campus, such as interacting with our Forte fellows that we have on campus, working with our student organizations that help with our recruitment process, but then also putting on events that help to bring students to campus. I would like to highlight a couple at this time, one being our diversity visit days that will be coming up in the fall. We have diversity visit days throughout the year, but typically in the fall so that they prepare you for that application process. All of this information on events will be located on our website. So we have, again, visit days. We have a Women's Leadership Conference that's annual, that's hosted here at the Carlson School of Management. And we also have events such as Women, Wine, and Wisdom, which allows current students, alumni, and prospective students to engage around current speakers and relevant topics that are pertinent to women and their success in the business world. Again, my name is Amber Bundy Davis, Associate Director of Admissions, Recruitment, and Diversity for the Carlson School MBA programs. I'm happy to answer questions as you all have them and as you start your application. Feel free to reach out to me. You can contact me via email through our email address that's listed here. Me or one of my colleagues can best answer your questions or direct you to where your questions can be addressed. Again, thank you so much, and I appreciate this time from the Forte Foundation in order to let you know a little bit more about the Carlson School of Management.